A lot of people recently are struggling with actually getting growth on Instagram, getting organic reach on Instagram, and actually getting the algorithm to show their content to people, to their target audience, or to any person at all. That's the thing that most people are struggling with. There's a thing called the 300 view jail that some people say 200 view jail. It doesn't matter for our thing. Honestly, we see it. In case you don't know, my main thing right now is I have an agency called the Creator Mentorship, basically, where we work hands-on with people one-on-one as well as with the cohort. And we've been running this for the better part of 2 years now. This is why you kind of have seen a little less of me here on YouTube, because I've been, putting all my energy into actually working with clients and working with you guys. And as a result of doing that, right, creating strategies for different kinds of people from different niches, I've seen some people here asking if it's also applicable to them, what we talk about today, because they're from Spain or they're from a different type of audience, country, whatever. Yes. The system that we have created actually over the, I've been continually creating these types of systems since I started, which was like 7 years ago or something like that. They're not just some quick hacks or quick fixes or anything like that. So if you're looking for that, just say goodbye or just drink some dirty water with me and just have fun. But you're not going to get anywhere. We need to take a look at the long run. We're in it for the long game. You can see it with me. I've been here for the long game, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's here. Some people refer to me as the social media grandfather, which is very rude. I just have to say that, but it's kind of true, because a lot of creators don't have the long term in the mind. They don't see the long game, and ideally, we want to, whatever we build right now, whatever we spend a lot of time with right now, we want to build it to last. Obviously, we want to build it to most likely get some dough at the end of the day. So, what I wanted to say with this was, there's a lot of people who are in this sort of jail, Instagram follower jail, whether it's 200 views, whether it's 1,000 views, whether it's sometimes people don't even get any type of traction. And there's multiple reasons for that. All of the reasons we're going to go through. It's essentially a 9-step checklist process that I'll walk through with you hands-on. No fancy graphics, nothing. We're going to have a conversation, and I'll show you hands-on what and how to actually optimize your content or the whole algorithm rating in terms of Instagram. Now, I have the word algorithm rating. A lot of people come to me, they're like, well, the algorithm hates me. It's a bullshit, Dominic. I'm shadow banned, stuff like this. Should I start a new account? And I just want to get that out of the way right now, because some people misunderstand what I say from time to time. In 99% of the cases, you should not start a new account unless I tell you to. That's the thing. There's 1% of people in my creator mentorship who I actually still recommend to start a new account, start from scratch. And actually, just last week, the head of Instagram, our old friend Maziri, talked about this on his Instagram Q&As. He was like, yeah, in some particular cases, it makes sense to actually start a new Instagram account. Well, guess what? It is, but only in 1% of the cases. Usually, we're able to, build. If you build a strategy with your audience in mind, the way I'm going to show you, usually you're able to kind of pull yourself out. I'm still here. I just pressed the button. Don't ask me what's up. My iPad just inadvertently pressed the button. Oh, God damn it. I'm still here, just so you know. Oh, God. I'm back. Can you believe it? I just put my iPad right there, and for some reason it pressed the button. Motherfucker. Okay. Is the blackout still here? Yes, it's still here. We're back. Okay. Okay, we're back. So, with that being said, let's wait until everybody's back from the black screen. Let's start with one account that I actually took in And it's essentially 9 different points that we want to make sure we hit. And we're going to go over all of this. Let me know if you can see that right here. I have no idea. Unfortunately, I just see that I don't see the comment section. So let me pull out my phone really quickly, which almost doesn't have any battery. Talking about phone, by the way. Who ordered the new iPhone? It's kind of a joke, huh? The new iPhone. But okay, so I have your comments down here. And cool. Let me tell, just type 111 if you can still hear me, if you're still here, or actually see me. That's the most important thing. And then let's go. Koja asked, what's the most important metric right now? There's no one most important metric. That's the thing. Used to be people like watch time. Used to be people like Moziri says sense, reach to sense, which means the shares that you get. Also kind of okay, kind of true, but in reality, it's like a mixture of all of it. And all of them culminate in this whole thing. You can kind of see already some spoiler. Okay, lots of people say 111. Perfect. So let's take a look at the first account here, who actually wrote in the type form, in the thing that she kind of has. Let me check if I see it. No, that's the wrong one. Let me check if... well, whatever. She said she had some issues figuring out what kind of content to make, what kind of content length to make, and all they're basically coming up with a strategy. Now, there's 9 points that we want to hit. There's 9 points, and I'm going to give you, and I actually stole that from my friend Ed. Hello, Ed. I'm sorry, but it's a very good idea. We're going to give 0 out of 10 points, or we're going to give 10 points per category right here, and I'll just go through all these points to show you what you need to take a look at. Now, this being the points, right? The 10 points, or actually the 9 points. And ideally, you're pretty high on all of them, right? Ideally, you score an 8 out of 10 with all of them. You don't want to have it to be like this. Some of them are 0, some of them are 10, okay? Better to be consistent with all of these things and then start optimizing. Could also be that you'll see if you go, or if I go through your content right now, you'll see, okay, some have like a 3 out of 10, but most of them have an 8 out of 10. Well, then we know what to fix. Then we know sort of the bottlenecks that we have to take a look at in order to get you to grow again. Okay? Cool. So we'll take a look at this first one, which is Vanessa. Hopefully she's here. Vanessa, if you're here, by the way, anybody who's here, let me know in the comments, in the chat, because I might have some questions to you as well. Obviously, that would be a little bit easier for me. But essentially, she is a natural healing specialist. Here's the bio, her category, medical and health. There's a more button, but that doesn't necessarily mean the more button is there with the phone. So, doesn't matter in this case. And usually, if you've been here before, usually I ask, before we take a look at these profiles, I'll ask your first impression. Hello, Vanessa, Proactive V. Awesome to see you. So everybody who's here, just type me in the chat box, what's the first impression that you have? Because that is sometimes even the most valuable thing. We do that actually on a weekly basis in the Creator Mentorship. We kind of come together as a group and we roast each other's content because multiple eyes are better. So everybody, what's your first impression of this profile, of Vanessa's profile, before we get into the whole checklist, basically? Just going to wait because we have a little bit of a delay going on. Don't worry about it. Somebody says it's a mess. Actually, let me just plug in my phone. Actually, let me just take a look at this from my iPad, even better, because then the chat box is a little bigger. Somebody says vague. Somebody says profile photo. What do you mean profile photo? Good or bad? I'm just here for the chat. Mostly quotes and feel-good vibes. That is interesting, because there's one quote that Vanessa actually just posted 7 minutes ago, which is interesting. Somebody says a little bit boring, no cohesion from one post to another. All the content looks the same. Interesting. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. Bambi says, first impression, no clear on the branding. Somebody says fashion related. Well, I can tell you for sure this is not fashion related. Not clean, cluttered, poor quality. Cool. Now, the way we do it usually is we go through this checklist, and you're going to see how this is going to help you tremendously. So I also encourage you to go, after this session, go through your own profile with this checklist right there. First of all, goal alignment. That's the one thing I can't really say right now, because I'm not 100% sure what Vanessa's goal is. She's here right now, so could you tell me what is your actual ultimate goal with this profile? Because that's sort of like the beginning of all. If the goal is not aligned, we can't do anything, right? If you don't have a goal, you can't do anything. So we need to have some sort of destination. I know it's never going to feel like you're at your destination, but you know what I mean. So Vanessa, please tell me what your goal is with your content. Based on what I see right here is you want people, it seems like you want to get clients, you want to coach people, you want to get actually, people that you help with the healing process. We can see here, okay, well, that's actually kind of an interesting website right there. We're not going to talk about this too much right here, but we see book your initial here. So it's some consultation. So it's some very, I can even pay instantly. There you go. Okay, cool. Now, usually I would not do it like that to instantly give people, how much it costs and actually give people the choice to kind of 8 different types of things for 12 sessions, stuff like this. I would actually hop on a call with them beforehand, similar to what we do actually. What you can do right now too, you can hop on a call totally free with Florian. Just fill out the type form here in this chat box. And if you're available right now, he'll call you instantly. And then we'll take a look. And this is a similar thing that you can do as well. But let's not talk about this. Vanessa says, my main goal is to attract high-ticket clients who are interested in healing their chronic illness. There you go. That is interesting. I actually also have a chronic illness. That's kind of related to that. Very, very interesting. That was totally random. But okay, so the way you do that obviously is by providing content and by trying to find people. I would say the goal alignment generally this is just the goal alignment in itself. I'd say that's pretty okay. Because I'm aware if you create content, you'll be able to get clients. So I would say this is it's an 8 out of 10, to be honest. Because we have to take a look at the big picture. We might at the end have to revise this a little bit. Vanessa says, I already have a very busy clinic in person. I genuinely want to understand how to use social media. Cool. That's actually the prime example of this whole thing. Actually would be a prime example for the one-on-one creator mentorship. Cough, cough. But yeah, cool. So goal alignment being the first thing. Cool. Account health is the number 2. Account health actually being, are you actually shadow banned? Are there different factors at play that might keep your reach down? Didn't drink dirty water in a while. Already feel it. So account health. Usually I tell people it's possible to use an old account by now if you have the right strategy. It might take a while, but it's better. Sometimes if you create a new account or if you create multiple new accounts, the algorithm will even keep your reach lower because they see you have a lot of duplicate content. You have multiple accounts. So there's that. Usually the way I look at it, and we're just going to do the quick version right here. First of all, what we need to do is take a look at the account status within the Instagram tab. Obviously, we don't have that right now. Vanessa, if you're there, if you could just let us know if your account status is okay, if you have like green or if you have some other types of things. But if it's all green, the first step is kind of okay. We know Instagram doesn't really hate you. But here's the thing. That doesn't mean that is actually true, because sometimes even if, and I could tell you so many things about this whole thing. We're actually going to talk about this on Sunday in the kickoff session with the cohort. I'll tell you some very new insights that I recently got with some of my clients' accounts in terms of this penalty algorithm and shadow banning. It's crazy. It's really crazy. This is actually a scandal, but let's not even focus on that right now. Even if sometimes everything is all green and they say it's all your account is not being lowered, could be still lowered. First of all, could be lowered because Instagram still hates you and just doesn't tell you, or it could be that Instagram is just confused with your content, with your audience, and stuff like this. First thing I take a look is, when did you create the account? Because chances are, if you have like a 10-year-old account and you switch your niche a few times, maybe even, or if you haven't created content in a while, it will be hard to get initial traction. Now, with a good content strategy, it will still be possible. We've actually did this multiple times now recently with my clients with 10-year-old accounts, even more, who were basically dormant for a while, to actually make them break out. But so far, it looks good. You have 308 followers. Usually, I would be asking, where did those followers come from? And when did you get them? I took a quick click here. Usually if there's a lot of things like that, also long words, a lot of 4 digits, for example, sometimes means that that's fake people. So the next thing I would do right now is click on your profile on your follower thing, and it should tell you, I know it doesn't do it with everybody yet, but it should tell you if you have potential spam followers or fake followers. And if there's a lot, just delete them. That, sometimes this system is wrong and recognizes real people and friends as being fakes. But you could just go through some of them. I mean, let's just take a look at this Vanessa 94. Who knows if she's real or not? Who knows? Vanessa is already part of the cohort. That's even better. That is even better. Well, welcome. I can't wait to talk to you then on Sunday. And that's by the way, this is totally random. I actually just randomly took you from this list. Kind of funny if you think about it. Cool. Now, account health, I would say it's right now, and we're first of all, we're going to go through all of this, and afterwards we're going to go through this again, because sometimes we have to revise some numbers. Account health right now, I would say, is still 8 out of 10, because I don't see anything else that is kind of wrong right now. Also, usually if you just have 308 followers, usually doesn't matter. It's not that much. For everybody else who has access to their own account right now, another thing I would do is check how many non-followers you actually reached within the past 30 days. If it's not a lot and you still consistently post, might be something wrong, either with the account, but most likely with the content. Okay, so next one, and now we're getting into the real stuff actually. Next one being profile optimization. And we have a profile picture right here. Profile picture is actually not that bad, but people said before in the comments, well, Profile picture is not that good. I agree. Profile picture could be a little bit better in terms of the quality. It looks a little. Don't even ask me. Did you? It doesn't look as sharp as it could be. Also, it could pop a little bit. But also that's another small pet peeve of mine. It's not in the center. So yeah, but I don't think the profile picture is the issue right here. Obviously, it would help to kind of make it pop a little bit, make it stand out a little bit. Next thing, your name, Vanessa, natural healing specialist. Cool. The question is, if you have a keyword in there like that, you would need to think about, do people actually type in that word on Instagram? For example, I have a chronic illness myself. I want to kind of figure out content and find some people who can help me with that the natural way. I actually do. It's kind of funny. And do I put a natural healing specialist? And is that word even specialist enough for me to understand what that means? If I see natural healing specialist, and that's just being me, and you'd have to do some research into the whole industry and to your avatars and stuff like this. But I would not necessarily feel like this is the person I would need. If I read down there, I'd figure out, yeah, most likely this is what I would need. But you want to kind of optimize this for people to instantly, kind of understand what's going on and to also find you through the search. Now, the bio itself, I know what you did here with the breakpoints, with the emoji, stuff like this. Looks actually pretty good. But in my opinion, it's way too complicated for people. For me, it looks like a block of text. And that's something you want to avoid. You have this RN. I bet you a lot of people don't even know what that means. There's a lot of kind of talking down. And that's one thing that's kind of like, right now we're in sort of like a trust issue period on social media. Because there's so many weird people there, and so many people talking down and saying, you need to do that, you need to do that. Also, so many people who kind of are just in it to get clients and to get high-ticket clients. That's what you said you want to. Obviously, that's nothing bad, but the thing is, people don't want to get sold something. You kind of have to create your content in a way that the content or your offers sort of sell themselves. By the content, by the whole thing, by also the parasocial relationship. Now, we now go on social media to relate with somebody, to kind of be on the same level with somebody, and to learn, and to get entertained or whatever that is. Depends on your avatars. Some people might feel like, because at least the way that I know how it's like, having worked with similar clients before, people, they see it like a doctor or, some health specialist. And, it's like a little bit of a different relationship that you usually have with your doctor. It's not like this, I can just talk to you about anything. It's more like, doctor, give me your syringe, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of like a little, just in itself, it's just a little different dynamics that you have as in the relationship department with a health specialist. And with social media, we want to avoid that. And we're going to get to that if we look at your content. But anything that remotely looks like it could be an ad, or it could be just there to get clients or to extract money in some sort of way, people are going to click off. Way, way more than they did, even a year ago. We've done research on that. So that's a crazy thing. So your bio, even though it tells me everything I need to know, and see here, I'm a little confused too. You healed your own whatever. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this word in 8 months. I'm not sure too if you did that for yourself or was for somebody else. I like this. Heal your chronic illness with me naturally. So that's kind of a cool thing. And that's kind of the vibe that we want to go for. We're together. Let's tackle this together. I want to trust you. I want to, first of all, ease into the whole cosm of your content, of your whole, healing, natural healing journey. And I want to be part of that. Naturally, also in terms of profile optimization, this looks a little cold and looks also like you're just there to sell me something, especially if testimonials is the first one right there. It's not inherently bad if it's the first one, but this just looks like, oh, she just wants to sell me something. Okay? So let's get rid of that. I actually did, and you're basically the only one today that I actually did that for because time ran out, to be completely honest. But I quickly redid your bio. And I'm not saying you should actually use that bio. Most likely you shouldn't, especially because you're in the cohort program, which also means that there'll be plenty of time and plenty of different exercises and ways to really dial down the bio and your profile optimization linked to your avatar. We're going to go through that. But here's what you have in there before. And I just tried to take out a little bit of seam. Just a little bit of naturalness. So this is what I made. I let that here the same. Natural healing specialist. Now I can kind of push this back up. I just didn't want to have this pushed up to not spoil you. It's a similar thing, but it's a lot easier and it's lacking some of the words that, I even said that. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. People are not even going to try to read this. They're just going to glance over. They're going to see the whole chunk of text of these words, and then they see, oh, she just wants to try to sell me. They're gone, right? And then they're not going to follow you, even if your content's good, which right now we haven't even taken a look at. But here we can see kind of the same thing. Registered nurse and nutritionist. Cool. I healed my autoimmune disease in 8 months. So instantly it's like a different vibe. Like you did that yourself. Join me to heal your chronic illness naturally. Both is fine, to be honest. Right now, I even think this one would be a little nicer. By the way, that's something I'm testing out right now is the all caps kind of thing. Feels like I've been doing some split tests with my own audience, which is you, which is kind of meta right now. But seems like if it's not all caps content, if it seems like more real, people like it a little more. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, so that's the first thing. Let's take a look at the comments right here a little bit. Somebody says, the what's in here for me comes quite late, I think. Yes, I agree. I agree. One part, an important part is what's in it for me? People just care about themselves and they don't want to get sold. So yeah. Right. So that's the first thing. Okay? That's the first thing with the profile optimization. Another part of the profile optimization is actually between the lines, which is your content. And if you remember, I asked people about the first impression, and that's also part of the profile optimization. And people say it's a mess and it's cluttered and stuff like this, and I agree. This plus the look and feel, without even looking at your content yet, makes me instantly want to kind of say, okay, this is either some spam profile or it's either somebody trying to sell me something in a bad way. So I'm gone, right? So you might have some profile visits. Actually, do that right now. How many people clicked on your profile over the last 30 days? You can go through your dashboard and you can take a look at that. You can see what are your profile visits somewhere in the professional dashboard. And then you can kind of see how many of those people actually hit the follow button. Sometimes that's like a very... an interesting experience to kind of figure that out. That so many people could have technically followed you, but they didn't. So yeah. For the profile optimization, how much should we give? Actually, the whole audience right here, dominators, tell me how many points should I give, and then I'll tell you what I would give, or what I actually do give. Cheers to that, even though we have to be careful because we want to give some value today. We're still waiting. Manipulating minds is 3. 3 out of 10, okay. Atsoko 342 out of 10. Well, that's my favorite one so far. DDS, what's a good ratio with how many profile visits and become follower? That's actually a very good question, but there's no way to really answer that. It depends on the niche. It even depends on the audience. Plus, if you create consistent, good content, a lot of times people are not even going to follow you from your profile, but if they just see you repeatedly over in the reels. So, I don't even want to give you numbers to kind of aim for, but we can kind of see, well, some people say 5 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 4. Okay, interesting. I'll tell you what I would give. I'm torn between 2 and 3 out of 10. So there's like the first bottleneck that we have. Clean0129 says, will this be recorded? It might get recorded. I might leave it on there for a day or two. We'll see. I'm not sure if I'll take it down or not. Maybe I'll take it down after a day or a week or never. But we'll see. So yeah, I will actually give this a 3 out of 10. So we have the first bottleneck right there, and something kind of easy to fix. Next one is actually the content audience fit. And for that, we need to go, actually, we just need to go ahead and take a look at your content. Now, one issue that I kind of tried to figure out, this is why I was late, is porting over my desktop audio so you guys can hear it. Unfortunately, you can't. I didn't have time to kind of fix this. But let's just take a look at some of Vanessa's videos right there. And then we'll take a further look.
Asking about your food or your lifestyle, you have a dealer, not a healer. If your doctor prescribes you medication before asking about your food or your lifestyle, you have a dealer, not a healer. If your doctor...
And right now, we're essentially taking a look at the content audience fit. Obviously, you need to understand your audience for that. And that's something we didn't even put in there because it would be a whole nother live session, to be honest. But is the content generally good for the audience and the goal?
Did you know a simple antioxidant could reduce inflammation, support heart health, and even protect your brain? Quercetin, found in foods like onions and cranberries, is a powerful bioflavonoid. It's shown.
I take that as a supplement every once in a while.
Imagine transforming your health without changing what you eat, but when intermittent fasting isn't a diet, it's a powerful eating pattern that...
Okay, cool. I've seen it. So, in my opinion, somebody says invest into a mic. We're not going to talk about this yet, okay? Everybody, just chill. We need to go through this step by step. Content audience fit, I think, I'm not going to give a 10 out of 10, but I would say it's a 9 out of 10. And I don't give a 10 out of 10 because I'm not well versed into exactly your audience. Okay, so it could be a 10 out of 10, but I can't give a 10 out of 10 without doing my own research. So, fun fact, nobody's going to get a 10 out of 10 in this today. Cool. So, the content audience fit, generally, the content direction and the ideas that you have for the audience actually match the audience and the need of the audience. So, pretty good. Next one being production quality. And this is where people already were like, Mike. Did you guys hear even? Maybe you didn't hear that because this mic is just... My mic is actually just picking it up from my speaker. It's not the actual audio. That might be an issue. I don't think the mic is that bad. So that might be my issue. Check out her videos yourself if you want to take a look at her audio. But okay,
doctor prescribes you medication before asking about your food or your lifestyle, you have a
Okay, let's go a little down.
Ladies, why do we keep using things in our bodies even when we know they're not good?
Okay, so there's a few things about the production quality. Some people have said something about the audio. I think the audio is actually pretty okay. Might be a glitch between, because you don't hear the actual audio. But first of all, content like this,
Look at this photo and tell
but content like this is not going to perform. Nobody's going to like, and you're not going to get any traction if you create this content. You can actually just archive it or delete it right now, to be honest. I understand what you're trying to say. It's actually good content in the sense of content, but not social media, good social media content. Here, the production quality is also not the way it should be. I think you're recording this with a front camera, with a selfie camera. The lighting is not really good. And we can see you're a doctor or you're basically in some medical environment. But, it just doesn't look professional in a way. The thing is, it shouldn't be too professional, but it doesn't look professional in a way that, you kind of want to be, take part of that. You kind of feel yourself on the same plane. So that's one thing to fix. Also, by the way, especially if you start out, a lot of people have issues growing and getting initial followers and actually getting people to follow because of a lack of social proof, because people don't have, they just don't like to follow somebody with just 300 followers, for example. Even worse if you have 10 followers. So one thing you can do to kind of counter that is by creating awesome fitting content. Okay, I'm not saying the production quality should be like TV, movies, and stuff like that. That's also bad, but it needs to be as high as possible on the same level with your audience. Okay, kind of hard to say right now how that is because it depends again. But yeah, it needs to have a higher threshold. This one is not there. Also, in my opinion, these captions are a little bit too big, and people are not really gonna take a look at them. They kind of look like Instagram captions from Instagram, but then again, they don't. But interesting. I think they're too big, and I don't think this is how it should be. Cool. The audio, however, is okay. Because when I said, that was a selfie camera, didn't have a mic at the time, it's kind of funny. Because the audio is okay.
Or your lifestyle.
It's okay. Now, here's the thing. This also, people aren't going to read that. There's just too much going on. We're going to talk about the hooks a little later. But yeah.
Reduce inflammation, support heart health.
Now, the way your content here, and I think this is the major issue that you have right now, is if you take a look, the audio is not, there's an audio lag between when you say it and afterwards. Plus, it kind of sounds like it is processed a little too heavily. So it sounds like, people see that your voice is a little, your mouth is a little before they hear your sound, and then it's overly processed. And then people are going to think, might be even AI, and that's what I thought initially. Is that AI? Is she an AI? Did she train an AI model to do the work for her, basically?
And protect your brain. Quercetin, found in foods like onions and cranberries, is a powerful bioflavonoid. It's shown to lower
also,
blood pressure.
The Mr. Beast kind of, the whole style, in my opinion, the whole editing style, starting from the way it's kind of cut together, the production, and also the text there, the captions, it's kind of Mr. Beast style. I don't think it fits your audience and your target audience, your demographics, and the people who are actually your clients. Think about that. Who's your dream client, or who are your clients? Would they actually look at a video like this that is edited like this? The good thing is you said you have a busy clinic, which means you have like a ton of data to work with, and actually you can talk to people, about some things, life, and then optimize your content. because chances are, and I'm pretty sure, they're very similar to the people who actually come to you. Now, yeah, Vanessa says, proactive. Vanessa says, no, it wasn't AI. That was definitely me. Dex did mention it could be my export settings. Yeah, it could also be your export settings. That's, I think, another thing, the export settings, because some things actually look pretty good.
Be
Like this looks kind of good.
mindful of your environment as it shapes your energetic well-being.
Like in terms of the video, the audio is still lagging. So it could be your export settings. Could also, could be that you have a too high of a bit rate.
Your
Or too low.
surroundings, like your friends, family, and places, impact your energy big time. You want to surround yourself with.
But yeah, here the production quality is a little better, but still altogether, I don't think it's fitting. It's in alignment with your audience. Now, we're not even going to go all the way down because I took a look before, was a little all over the place. You did get more reach in some of the videos.
Tired of painful cold sores? Let's tackle them naturally.
But in my opinion, the lack of reach right now is because, first of all, well, we're first. Let's not get ahead, okay? So yeah, production quality. What should we give her? Chat. What will you say? I'm all ears. I mean, I have my own idea anyway, but what would you say? And I'll be as harsh as possible because we want to get ahead, Well, I could actually pour this in there, then it doesn't look weird. Let's pour it right on top of the iPad. Because otherwise it's too boring. If nothing could happen. 54545. Harrison Howard, my old friend, says 4. Miguel 5. Comrade Wolf 21. This message is held for review. Somebody spamming Comrade Wolf 21. Don't spam, or I'll send you on a list, on a special list. Stan 4. Christian Callaway 4. Double D 5, basically an homage to my name, because I like to call myself Dominic Danger or Dominique Dangereux, depending where I am. I'm in France quite a bit, in the south of France. People know me as Dominique Dangereux. Arizona guy, I love your channel. Thanks a lot. I really, really, really appreciate it. Already starting to slur my speech here, so we need to be a little slower with the dirty water. Okay. I would actually give this whole thing a 3 out of 10, if not even a 2 out of 10. So there's another bottleneck right here. Production quality. Cool. Next one being content quality. And people might be like, what does that actually mean? The content as a whole. Is the content, the whole from beginning to the end, is it good? We already took a look at some of the content.
Be mindful.
Also, content quality, exactly what I talked about before. Is it in alignment with your target audience? Yes or no? In my opinion, the content quality also, I would say it's a 4 out of 10 because it's not as much in alignment. Let's actually make that bold so we see that later down. Some things are actually good in terms of the strategy and the content audience fit. Oh, the strategy. But that's it. Let's take a look at the hooks. Because the hooks, I know hooks are technically part of that, the whole content quality and the content strategy. But hooks, they need their own space. Because in my opinion, the hooks are the thing that makes you grow or not. You can get away with most of these things if the hooks are good. You might still get some, at least views. Not necessarily followers, but views. So let's take a look at some of the hooks. We're not going to have a hooks masterclass. By the way, soon we're going to relaunch the Creator Club Pro. It's closed right now, in case you guys are asking. Also, the IG Black File, my course, not possible to buy. It's done. Creator mentorship is the way to go. And the cohort, again, let me just, in case you just right now tuned in, my hands-on cohort where we will work together for 8 weeks, very action-packed weeks. Starts this Sunday, actually. We'll have the kickoff call. Limited to 30 people. I think 5 people. We still have room for 5 more people. Don't ask me. Maybe not even. And you can actually hop on a call with my community manager, Florian, right now. Just fill out somewhere. There's some type form, form.typeform.com in the chat box, some pinned thing. Fill it out, and Florian will actually call you instantly, And then we can see if you can be actually part of the cohort, because right now we want to make sure people who are the right fit, take part of it. I should drink a little less dirty water. Or should I drink more? I don't know. So let's take a look at some of the hooks.
Be mindful of your environment as it shapes your energetic well-being.
I understand what you're trying to do. Let me just give you the kind of quick rundown.
Be mindful of your environment as it shapes your...
In my opinion, this is not a hook. Because be mindful of your environment, and then this kind of jumping in. I don't know, what is the actual, who are you talking to, and why should I care? Be mindful of my environment. In what sense? In what way? Should be a little bit more, people kind of need to understand maybe they have an issue, a problem, or something that keeps them up at night, or something that they're dealing with, or something they agree or something they kind of share an opinion on, and something like that. This is what you want to put at the beginning of your hooks. In this case, it's not there. Again, in the cohort, we're going to figure this out together. All of this comes down to your avatars, to what I call your one true fan, especially your psychographics, also the demographics, but especially the psychographics. If you got that down. And I'll show you something very cool, by the way, for all cohort people. I have a brand new AI bot trained to help you come up with all the things that you need to have the whole avatar mapped out for you. But yeah, so this hook, 0 out of 10, to be honest. This hook, -5 out of 10. Please never do this. First of all, these revealing text effects. Also, I don't even know what's going on. It's kind of hard to read as well.
Did you know
and then you kind of start with your video, even with a little bit of a break there.
Did you know a simple
Also, the audio's lagging again.
antioxidant could reduce inflammation?
Also, I understand you were trying to create a hook. Basically, just cut this. You can just start the video right there. But also, in terms of the hook quality, I would say, well, this video is, like I said, let's say -10 out of 10. But did you know a simple antioxidant could
reduce inflammation, support heart health, and even protect your brain?
That's the thing. People don't care about a simple antioxidant because they don't know what that is and why. And, it's kind of, assuming you would start the video from there. You need to take it from the other angle. Why? What did they have that they want to reduce inflammation? We're not going to get into this too deep. We could sit here for hours, which we'll do anyway, because we'll still have a bunch of more profiles to take a look at. But yeah, let's just take a look.
Imagine transforming your health without changing what you eat, but when intermittent fasting isn't a dime.
Also, this hook I would say is a 4 out of 10. It's actually not that bad. However, it's still lacking a little bit of who are you actually talking to? Transforming your health. This could be a million different things. It could be, losing weight. It could be actually, I don't know, arthritis or something like that. It could be, I don't know, psychological benefits. So yeah, but also this hook is a little better. Generally speaking, I would say hooks, in your case, 2 out of 10. So we have another bottleneck, which is good, by the way, Vanessa, because there's like, would be bad if you didn't grow and everything would be perfect. But here we see, kind of in the order of importance, what we need to fix. Content strategy. Let's just quickly go over that. The strategy itself is, what types of content do you create? Do you have content pillars? Do you actually post randomly, or do you post with a purpose? It seems like you do, and without getting too deep into it, it seems like you at least have some sort of strategy in mind. So I would say right now it's 5 out of 10, which is okay, actually. And then the consistency part, you've just started to be consistent. 5 days ago, 6 days ago, 7 days ago. So 3 posts in a row, and then a few days nothing. 9, 6, 5, 4. So you started to be consistent. I think that might, no, actually not. Okay. What I'm just doing right now is just trying to see what type of consistency you have. 27, 24. Okay, so you were consistent. Actually pretty consistent. Which is not bad. I'm just saying you're trying out a bunch of stuff. And I think you were consistent with most likely the wrong type of content. Even though I think, just taking a look at this quickly, this is pretty...
Your life. I'm V, and this is episode 5 of me helping 100 patients heal naturally.
This is way better, by the way. This is way better. 100 times better, to be honest. There's a few things I would disagree with, like this zoom in effect. And it's also a little preachy again and a little salesy, if you know what I mean. But this is actually pretty good.
Simple hack will change your life.
A little bit too sensationalist. But cool. This is actually better. Okay, consistency, I would say, is pretty good. I would give it a 7. Actually, I would give it an 8 out of 10, to be honest. And as easy as that, we can see we have a bunch of bottlenecks. This kind of comes naturally anyway. Hooks being the biggest one. The content and the production quality. And the profile optimization. This actually being a simple one to fix. This will be a little bit harder. And, it will eat you alive. As it does for everybody. But it's kind of like a muscle, by the way. It takes a whole lot of time to kind of really understand how to craft hooks and what to do. But once you get it, you'll train your muscle. Production quality, also very easy fix, if you ask me. Just some tweaks. Some trial and error, but that's good. And then the content quality, the scripts, and everything. Yeah. I mean, that's what we're here for anyway. So, cool. In my opinion, you'll be hopefully, one of the big success stories of the career mentorship. So, awesome. Amazing. Vanessa said before, LMAO, apologies for that. I don't know what you apologize for, but I don't think you need to apologize for anything. Okay, cool. Does anybody have any questions about that process for now? Need 2 minutes of break in the form of answering some comments. We're going to have 3 to 5 more people. I just said 4, but 3 to 5. Okay. Vanessa, you're incredible, Dom. Thank you for putting me in the right direction. I'm here to learn, so this is amazing. Awesome. That's what we're here for. You're welcome. I'll see you, I guess, on Sunday anyway, on the live session. Creative Membership live session. Pathetic. How can I send my Instagram? Here's how you also get chosen. First of all, you're too late because, not really, but you should have gotten an email. You should be on my Insider Club newsletter, which should be somewhere in the comments or in the description. It's a newsletter that I send out weekly, monthly sometimes bi-weekly. I'm busy, okay? But it's usually very, very valuable. So people have known about this for a while. Also, so you could have just sent in your name. So 2 to 3 people from there are from this list. But also, we're going to take 1 or 2 from you, from the comments, from the chat. The only thing you have to do is take a picture with your phone or a screenshot of this right now. Tag me on Instagram in your stories. And don't you delete that afterwards if I didn't pick you. I know how it's like. Ideally, you take a picture in a very flattering way, in a way that I could print this out one day and kind of, put it on my wall. And Dominic, yeah. And then you tag me, and then I'll choose you randomly, and we'll go through this together. We'll see. Maybe we'll take 1, maybe we'll take 3, and we'll do like a quick one, kind of like a lightning round. What do you guys say anyway? The way we did that right now, was that a little bit too much for you, too in-depth for you, or should we kind of just scratch these things, go through the checklist for the next profiles, and I'll just tell you kind of what you're lacking and the number. By the way, where are you guys from? Where you guys tune in from? And where you are right now? Because there's another thing. Florian and me, my community manager, we've been talking about this for years, but we were kind of occupied with the whole creator membership thing. But it's going to happen next year, the beginning of 2025. Crazy. It's 2025. In a few months, in 3 months. I don't even want to think about that. And seems like my $5,000 camera has trouble focusing. So yeah. But we're actually gonna do some sort of live meetup, not just a meetup, but some actually very valuable meetup. We're gonna see what we'll actually do. Maybe something similar to that. Maybe some live consultation type of thing. But we're gonna have basically a live event where we're gonna help you really, really well, hopefully. The first one is going to be in Dubai at the beginning of the next year. We'll see. I'm not sure yet when exactly. Make sure to go to the Insider Club, and then you'll be the first to know. Or follow me on Instagram. Second one will be most likely in London. Yeah. Also towards the spring, something like that. And then obviously we're going to come to the US / Canada. We'll see. But where are you from? Somebody says Mike just went out of focus. What does that mean? Oh, Anita. Hello, Anita. Our old from the golden days. Dominator number 1 from the golden days. Our moderator from back in the days. Anita, Slovakia, next to the Hungarian border. All right. It's kind of close to where I'm at. I was actually just in Dubai 2 days ago. Just came back to Europe for 2 months or something. I was in the UK for quite a while before that. Also in Scotland to pick up some dirty water. Pathetic is from Serbia. Romu. France. Cool. Sunny Madrid. Rebecca, London. Niccolo Paluani from Italy, living in LA. Awesome. Boston. Morocco. I just heard some awesome things about Morocco the other day from one of my friends. There's apparently some nice casino there. Denmark. So Denmark, you could come to London, right? I guess, if we do the event. Tony Carter, can you tell my wife and kids I need to be in Dubai? Sure. Just send me an email and I'll send them a video explaining the situation. Mikey, Czechia. Awesome. Close to here. I used to have a second channel and I didn't have time to post. I actually still have 3 videos from more than a year ago that I wanted to post. Has nothing to do with anything. Has basically 2 out of 10 if you think about this whole thing. It's me flying airplanes just for fun. But I'm actually flying to Czechia a lot with the airplane. You have some interesting things there. One, I'm thinking about posting at some point. There's one mall at the border of Austria and Czech, like a very tacky mall, to be honest, that has a runway where you can land with the airplane. A runway. It's a grass field with a lot of holes in it. But yeah, I'd love to come there. All right, Alex Osovets, Ukraine, awesome. I was just there in beginning of June, I think, or somewhere in June. So hope you're all fine over there. Zambia also interesting. Slurring my words already. Okay, cool. Now how should we do the second one? Should we do a faster round than the one that we had right now? Or should we be a little, again, very in-depth? Double D is from Switzerland. Cool. Kuwait. Arizonian guy. I was just flying above Kuwait City. I think so. Mikey Grab, we are neighbors. What do you mean? Oh, Czech. Okay. I was just like, because there's been I have some stalkers. So I'm a little afraid sometimes. Once, years ago, if you remember from the old crowd, 2 or 3 years ago when we had more of these live sessions, someone was actually standing down at my balcony here in Austria, looking in and taking a picture. Weirdo. And just the other day in Dubai, I posted from my balcony basically, and somebody says, I live right next to you. Horrible. But yeah, you can still come and say hello, just in case. Cool. People say faster, not as deep, but not rushed. That's what she said. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at the second one, which is still one that I chose. Let me take a look. Harrison, are you still here? Harrison Howard, my old friend from the Creator Mentorship. If you're here, say hello. Because that was something unplanned happened with the profile number 2 that I took a look at. Oh, he's actually here. Slightly faster, but still in depth. Now, you said this. Oh. Also, that's what she said. Okay, Harrison, here's what's up. Obviously, it's not you that I chose, because I don't even think. But here's what's up. Account number 2 is something that caught my eye purely because I saw in the list, I saw someone with marine biology. So I was like, that is a very random. And I'm a fan of Seinfeld. So there's this one episode about marine biologists. So I was like, okay, cool. Then I took a look at like, interesting. We might have to say a few things about it. So I went through some content. And then, no kidding. I saw this video. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is Harrison. There you go. This is Harrison. Right now, live in Technicolor on a different profile that I didn't expect. So that kind of made my day. I'm not sure if I should have exposed you right now, but that's just how it is if you're part of the family. with that being said, this video has 74.3 million views. Must be one of the highest ones ever. It's actually pretty high. And somebody is kind of feeling the effects of dirty water already. So we're going to do a faster round right here with this one. But it's kind of funny, huh? That, again, Vanessa, turns out she's part of the Creator Mentorship Cohort 5, starting Sunday. Not planned. Second one, totally not planned. Also, it might seem like people paid me, or this is kind of like a crooked situation right here, but it's actually all pure coincidence. Or should I say coincidence? So yeah. Cool. Marine biologist. Is Piper here actually? Or is it just Harrison? Doesn't matter. We're gonna take a look. Again, you know the drill. Goal alignment. And that's the first thing that I can't really tell right now. Because what is going on? What is your goal with this? We're going to take a look at, talk about the bio in a second. And the content, obviously. But what is your actual goal? Maybe Harrison knows if she's not here. Oh, Harrison, she's watching with you. Cool. What is Piper's goal with this, with her content, full stop? Because, oh yeah, somebody says faster. Yeah, you're right. We're going to have to go through a little faster. I agree. Because here's what's up. I'm not sure if the goal, maybe the goal is aligned right now. Down there, it was for sure not aligned because it's totally different content. So that's the first thing. I'll let you type what the goal essentially is. We're going to take a look. So we're going to wait for that a little bit. Second of all is the account health. Does the algorithm hate you or not? So we're going to take there. Harrison just says she's starting this educational marine biology account. Okay, so second of all, this account is very, very old, very, very dated. I put her into Social Blade before, as I did with everybody. Also Vanessa. She was not in Social Blade. Also Piper was not in Social Blade before, which is kind of sad. Ugh. For everybody who doesn't know what's going on Social Blade, we can basically track followers and we can track what was going on with the account. So that's interesting. Was not in Social Blade December 2012. Very old account. Second of all, are you guys in Mexico? I didn't even know that, if you were. But if you're not in Mexico, we might have to talk. Your account might be compromised. If you are in Mexico, even better. Actually, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, yes. Seems like your old account... Oh, just right now, you travel a lot. Okay. To be fair, with some accounts, usually not, but with some accounts, I noticed that in certain countries, the reach just seems to be lower. Only thing you can do is just post more. And just get trust of the algorithm. So some people who travel a lot might see some occasional reach drops just by, traveling. It kind of sucks, but yeah. Sort and scale. Jesus, get to the point. Why don't you shut the fuck up, man? Why don't you just get the fuck out of here? Okay, sort and scale. Second of all, so account health, in my opinion, because we can see this one obviously was tagged by Harrison. Let's just show his profile. Pretty good profile. A lot of reach. Good dude. So yeah, you were tagged a few times. But it seems like the account is okay. Generally speaking, even though it's old, it's just a natural thing. So account health, I would say, even though I'm not 100% sure, is 7 out of 10. Okay. Profile optimization. I eat sand, looks kind of cool. Marine biology, musings, and weird facts galore. Okay. Interesting. This is kind of a funny line. I kind of like it, even though I'm still missing something. Now, here's the thing. I still wouldn't recommend you to... Just the first line is a little random. Maybe you could change that out to something that kind of makes people want to follow you a little bit more. But I've taken a look at your content already, and it seems like you have a very interesting, cool personality. And that in itself is in alignment with this type of bio. So I don't see anything too wrong with that, even though this one might be a little random. Okay. So profile optimization, profile picture, also cool, shows an expression, pretty cool. Profile optimization, I would give an 8.5, but we don't have half points right here. 8 out of 10. Content audience fit, this is where it gets interesting. Because I'm not sure if the content that you create, and it seems like you just recently started, because this is a little random. By the way, in terms of account health, this is what I forgot. Because the one dude just pissed me off so much before. Because that was like some really random content if you take a look at this. Fake button. So this is totally unrelated to the marine biology type of thing. All of these are. This is a similar one. And the fact that you got like 74 million views might be that the account health is lower. I have to put 5 out of 10 in there right now, to be honest. Just because I would need to take a look at this. And you just have to take a look at this and post content frequently and then see how the algorithm kind of performs. Okay, cool. Profile optimization, content's audience fit. So we're just going to take a look at your recent videos that are marine biology. Let's take a look at this one.
They say you can't count the grains of sand on the beach. Well, you also can't count the number of fish that pooped to make it. This microphone doesn't even work. I got to snorkel with parrotfish the other day and watch those bad boys do what they do best, which is eat coral and poop sand. Sorry I don't have perfect high definition footage, but I can't afford a GoPro and this was filmed in a plastic bag. What's more important are the parrotfish, which have these incredible teeth that rival even the most perfect celebrity veneers. They eat the algae and microbes that grow inside coral polyps, and boy do they eat a lot of it, like 20 bites a minute, which means they're pooping non-stop. Like a single parrotfish can produce up to 200 pounds of sand in a year.
So there's a good point. So first of all, this is a very good video, I have to say. And there's not a lot I can say about this. Miguel says something. What's in it here for me? Uncertain, or I don't know much about the topic. Good point. Usually I would agree, but we also always have to take a look at the alignment of the content, of your audience, of everything. And the content itself is pretty good. It has a certain flow, especially her personality. Anita just said the same. I just see. I'm loving her personality. Yes, I agree. So we'll talk about the hooks in a bit. But if you have a lot of these videos, you're just gonna get recommended a lot. Your content in the feed. People are gonna recognize you. People are gonna be obsessed with the content that you. It's kind of funny. I didn't see this before, but right now somebody literally says, "I'm obsessed with your content." Yeah, I agree. And yeah, essentially, then they kind of will understand already. They can kind of anticipate. They know what you're about. They know that your content is actually a little more personality driven. However, it's still focused on marine biology, which in my opinion, this is like such a good fit, Piper, on how to kind of get the whole education, thing going for marine biology. Because if you told me, well, there's a starfish and might be one with 5 legs and one with 7, and I'm not even sure if they're all legs or hands or just 2 of them, but you know what I mean, would be a little boring. But this here kind of hijacks the content and then links it back. Obviously, you know what you do, but the alignment, the content alignment, in my opinion, is there. Content audience fit is there. You'd have to create more content, though, to see that. But I would give you an 8 out of 10 with this right now. Actually, yeah, an 8 out of 10. Unpredictable, very specific to a niche and not a broad video for most people. That is true, but the way she creates her content, and we'll get to the next point automatically, we'll get to this point, the content quality, the way she creates the content is actually done in a way that kind of makes me care if I've seen that 27 times, content like this over. Suddenly I'm like, I care about marine biology.
Girls only want one thing, and it's the giant hot pink manta ray. This massive pink manta ray has been living in the Great Barrier Reef for like 10 years now, and it's the only one known to exist. Obviously, the scientific community is absolutely stunned by the surge and tried to figure out why it's pink. At first, they thought it could be stress-related. That can happen to sharks sometimes, but that wasn't the case because they actually diagnosed him to be chronically...
Very cool. Very good content. This... This I'm not sure in terms of, is this really in alignment? Is this really... Does this have anything to add to content like, these types of videos? Most likely not, if you know what I mean. So, with that being said, production quality, I would say it's 10 out of 10 because if we take a look at these two, they fit your vibe, they fit the content perfectly. That's all I have to say. There's nothing bad about it. The content quality itself and the way it's structured and the scripts and stuff, again, I would give you a 7 out of 10. But here I think, especially with this, it's a little random, so I'm not sure what you're gonna do next. I wouldn't do similar stuff like that next. I would focus way more on these type of things. If you create these consistently, you'll blow up more than Harrison will, or more than Harrison does, just so you know. But you get what I mean. So, okay, content quality, I'll give you right now, 6 out of 10, because I'm not sure yet. Right. Hooks. And here's the thing, we can only take a look at these 3 videos, because the other ones are totally unrelated.
They say you can't count the grains of sand on the beach. Well, you also can't count the number of fish that pooped to make it. This microphone doesn't even work. I got to snorkel with parrotfish the other day, and
so this is what I would call a under the radar hook. At this point, I don't even know what's going on, but it's sort of under the radar and makes me be interested.
They say you can't count the grains of sand on the beach. Well, you also can't count the number of fish that poop.
I still think you could have gotten to the segue a little earlier, a little differently, but we're not going to talk about that. It's actually pretty good.
Girls only want one thing, and it's the giant hot pink manta ray. This massive pink manta ray has been living in the Great Barrier.
Cool. Hook, also okay. Again, you have to think, and I think you'll only figure that out by posting a lot more and listening to your audience, what people are in for, who are actually also in for the whole marine biology type of content. So yeah, hooks, I would right now give you also a 6 out of 10. Actually a 6.5, but that's it. Content strategy, there's not a lot that I can say yet because it's just all these things. Considering taking a look at the whole profile, I have to right now say it's a 2 out of 10 because it's all over the place, but you know what I mean. You need to focus on just the marine biology thing and consistency. You just started posting 7 days ago. It's 3 posts a week, which is okay. By the way, recently Instagram came out and said, essentially, remember when I said 3 posts a week is the minimum, seems like what the algorithm needs in order to kind of push you more. They kind of said 10 posts a month the other day. It's essentially the same thing, almost. So yeah, consistency is there. Could still be a little bit better. Obviously, I also give it a 6 out of 10. So, yeah. What do you have to say? I feel like I should still say something, but right now I can't. I don't know. Too much dirty water. Harrison asks a very good question. Should she hide the other videos? I'm not sure. I would right now not hide them and actually keep posting and just let the content stand for itself and just keep posting for at least a month. And then you'll see if you have hit a ceiling all the time and you can't seem to get out, then I would actually archive them. Well, archive them. All of these, because this might be messing a little bit, with the algorithm. Manipulating Minds asks, can you overpost? Yeah, you can overpost, but not really. Depends what. We've had, usually on my data, I see that the more you post, the more you just get reach if you post more of the right stuff and if you post more of the high quality stuff. But yeah, if you post more of bad stuff, obviously that's too much and that's bad. Cool. Okay. How are you so far, everybody? Who here has dirty water as well? Because let's say cheers. I'll wait for you guys. Is 2 times per day, every day too much? Well, that's the thing. You can't tell. You can't say, well, post twice a day. It depends on so many factors. It depends on your content quality. It depends on everything. But if everything is down from this list, twice a day is perfectly fine, and you will grow a lot more. In fact, I recently, with a business partner, created a new page, and we actually when we started from scratch, we started posting twice a day for about 2 weeks. So there you go. Anita, I just had soup. Oh, that is interesting. Let's celebrate their 5th super on a live stream. Thanks a lot. I wasn't even aware. To all the others, thanks a lot, man. To all the others who actually put a super thing here, I totally missed it. I'm very sorry. Anyway, Tony Carter, I'm about to seek out the gin. Ooh, cool. Cheers. Let's take a look who we should take from the audience right here. Oh no, soon my battery's done. Okay, let's take a look. We're gonna review a preview. God damn it. How many should we do? 1 more or 2 more? Whatever you want. Okay, let's start from scratch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is. Well, this one. Hope you recognize who you are. The account is 247 obsessed. Would love a breakdown of my account. Hope the screenshot is flattering enough to be printed. Yeah, it is. I agree. Okay, 247 obsessed. 24/7 obsessed. Miguel says a very interesting one. 1 more plus spotting the worst mistake for a few more. Yeah. I mean, here's what's up. Right after, we're gonna still hang out for 5 more minutes. Okay, 24/7 obsessed. Also, should we do more of these live streams? I think we should. Because we used to have a lot of fun right here. Parker Davison, 24/7 is mine. Okay, cool. 18 followers. I have to... What do I have to do? Here, desktop. Because I don't even have my buttons where I can switch. Account number 3. 24/7 obsessed. Let's just write it there. Because, yeah. The actual account number 3 would have been somebody else. Bad luck, I guess. Cool. Anita says, yes, for the more live streams, if you have time. That's the thing. I actually don't have a lot of time. But we'll make it. You know, I'll take time for you guys. Because you're my family, essentially. Okay. We forgot to do that before with Piper. But we'll do it now. What's your first impression of this whole thing? Of this whole account? Let me know right now. While I check out my phone, because I have ADHD. Okay. Pathetic, let's pick one for the comments. Okay, the next one we'll pick from the comments, just so you know. You can still screenshot and shout me out in the stories. Maybe I'll give away a spot for the cohort. Maybe we should do that. Florian, should we do that? Miguel says 24/7 obsessed. Questionable account name. Oh, interesting. You think so? What are you obsessed with? Is that like a stalker account? That'd be cool. Name and profile picture looks like it's a personal account. Manipulating Mind says weekly live streams. I can't. Fortunately, that's not possible. I do have weekly live sessions in the Creator Mentorship. So if you join even the cohort right now, you know, and chances are this will be the last time the cohort will be at this price. Not sure, but chances are, because it's been a while since we've been at the same price. And, you know, without wanting to make this a sales thing, but it's very affordable, you know, if you want to get in. But if you're part of this cohort, you will actually get lifetime access to my mastermind sessions that happen similar to that, just without the dirty water, because we want to be sharper. Lifetime access to the weekly sessions where we do similar things. Sometimes I'll show you some data, you know, whatever's up right now, basically. Harrison says, you can tell it's motivation content right away. Yeah. Yes. Cool. Parker says, the idea is always being obsessed with your goals and achieving them all the time. Cool. I understand. Might be a little not tangible enough. Like with my goals, okay, cool. But think about your avatars. Why would they want to follow you? What's their motivation to actually watch content like yours? And what would that be? Think about that for a while. Okay. Now, goal alignment. What do you want to do? You want to sell? I'm not sure. Right now, accountability group coming soon. So goal alignment, I would right now say, just based on a first look, 5 out of 10, to be honest. Because like I said, it's not really tangible right now based on a first look. But to be honest, goal aligned, that should be more towards the end. Account health, it's a new account, 18 followers. 4 years old, 16 former usernames. Usually you have to be a little careful with that if you know you've had that for a while and you don't have a lot of followers. So account health, honestly, I would also give it 5 out of 10. Because if I give that, if I say, okay, 5 out of 10, watch out, means you need to post for a month, 1 to 3 months actually, and see how this whole thing happens. And if you actually get reach or not. And then maybe pull the trigger. The trigger to start a new account, YouTube algorithm. Okay, we're not talking about other things. By the way, in the mastermind sessions that are not on YouTube every week, we can talk about stuff that we're not allowed to talk about here. Okay, profile optimization. What will you guys give him? Andrea says looks like a spam account. Interesting. Looks like spam. Some people say that looks like spam. I understand. It looks like, to be honest, like low effort content. And it seems like this is actually, is this reposted content or is it your own content? Because if it's reposted content, then it kind of is spam account. You want to create your own content, man. You're not going to be able to get this off the ground just because the algorithm doesn't like it, okay? So actually account health, 4 out of 10. Profile optimization. Well, actually profile optimization is okay. I would say 5 out of 10. We're not going to get too deep into all these things because we talked about them a lot right now before. Content audience fit. I don't think you're really aware of your audience. So I still think content audience fit is the better part of this whole thing. Production quality, I have to say what you have is actually pretty okay. However, you have a watermark down there. The algorithm doesn't like that. Plus it's reposted content. I like the aesthetics, which is also part of production quality. So you've got that going for you. But also with tagging a lot of people, not that good. Production quality, I would say 6 out of 10. If it were your own content, I would give this 9 out of 10. Or 8 out of 10. Just so you're aware. And I've seen a lot of accounts like this blow up with their own account, with their own content. Content quality, I have to say 0 out of 10. Well, let's say 1 out of 10. And you know why? Because it is reposted content. Obviously, you do your own stuff. You kind of tweak some things. Well, honestly, content quality, let's say it's 3 out of 10, to be honest. It's, would be cool if you could create some reels. I mean, the reels are not as bad, to be honest, but the carousels, but the reels. Yeah, I would give you so much more if it were your own content. I would literally give you 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 for this. So yeah. Hooks. Let's take a look at the hooks. It was a very fast-paced video. What if... I think it fits the vibe. Hook is actually okay. Found your accountability community. Okay. Okay too. By the way, hooks, carousels also. Hooks, the law of attraction, simple. Hooks are okay. Yeah, okay. Hooks are okay. Hooks I would give even a 7 out of 10. Content strategy, again, hard to say. Who says 2 out of 10? For what? Pathetic says, what about watermarks? Watermarks, not good. Not good. Don't have them. Instagram will downrank you for that. Content strategy, overall, again, you need to create your own content. I will give you 4 out of 10. I would give you way more, again, if you would create your own content. And consistency, consider you have the account since 2020, but you just started in July. 9 posts since July. Not good. Also 1 out of 10. So you have to put way more effort into this whole thing. Otherwise, nothing's going to work. you're not going to be able to grow. That's one thing a lot of people underestimate. It takes a lot of effort to, to do a lot of good. Also, a lot of times people tell me, well, I want to wait until I have 2,000-3,000 followers until I actually put in the effort, because otherwise the effort is wasted. That's exactly the wrong way to approach things. You want to start off with 10 out of 10 content, or to the best of your ability. To the one account that I talked about in my recent video that we really, really blew up very fast. We put in all the effort we could do in the beginning. Videos, just creating the strategy without even posting videos took a few weeks to figure out. And then, editing took hours per video, and we did 2 per day, So just so you're aware of this. Cool. All right, everybody. Shall we do one more from the comments right here? And then I'll let you go. Miguel, I don't know what you say. Dirty water must be a code. I understand it a few minutes later. No, it's not a code. It's actually dirty water. Again, YouTube algorithm. Well, you can actually demonetize me. I don't care. I don't care about your $5 that I get from the screen for this stream. So who should we take a look at? The last one for today. And then, here's what we usually did. You need to tell me something interesting about your account. It can't just be pick me. That's not how the world works. This is also not how to approach social media as well. Just take a look at me, take a look at my content. Why? Give me a reason why. Already stand out by explaining to me what you do. See, I'm still waiting because I know there's a lag. I already have one favorite. Manipulating minds. Were you here before? Somebody, I think we even took a look at one of these accounts years ago. Dark psychology and manipulation. With these accounts, generally, you have to be careful with how you word things to kind of not trigger the algorithm to think you're actually somebody with bad intentions. Well, just press the button. So a lot of people are stuck. Pop Ceres, how to get out of the 200 view jail? Well, just essentially take a look at your account using these points and fix them that we talk about here today. Okay, let's just take one just because you're here and we need to pick somebody. Travel content creator. I don't know how to pronounce it. It is you, because you before too you wrote something interesting. Juggle 2 full-time jobs while posting on Instagram. And what else did you say? I'm stuck at 5.8K. Now, why are you stuck at 5.8K? Why do you think that is going on? Let's just do a quick lightning round of this whole thing. Again, count 3. Well, I'll write this in here just in case, just so I will not forget. because I'll take a look at this at some other point. Again, not for... Okay, goal alignment. What is your goal with this whole thing? Engineer, digital marketer, 9-to-5 job, 24/7 adventure. Okay, let's actually begin differently. Profile optimization, because that's the first thing. We should make this the first thing, profile optimization. Wall of text. Hard to read. A lot of these points there. There's no spaces. A lot of numbers. Complicated for the eye. Okay. Not really sure what to expect and why to follow you. Okay. What does she say? Language. I'm based in Istanbul, Turkey, but I post in English, but I want to target English speakers. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Right. Yeah. So profile optimization. Profile picture looks good, but could be a selfie, to be honest. So you might want to take like some cool, like something like this, a screen grab of this, or of this, or just something showing you, or this, interesting, of your habitat, or monkeys, interesting. I'm stay for monkeys usually. So to kind of, because this looks like it could be anybody else. Also, this is kind of hard to read, and people don't like that. By the way, you're coming to Austria? When? Okay, so in the terms of the first look and feel, though, looks pretty professional. So pretty good. I would give the profile optimization a 6 out of 10. Goal alignment, we're going to wait and see. Account health. 2011. 11. That's usually, yeah, you know what I mean. 2011 is a long time ago. Was a long time ago. Atako says, definitely she's trying to use every character from the bio character limit. Yeah, I agree. Active ads, you also have ads running. Question is why and what do you target? Because that could also impact your account health. Let's put you into Social Blade right here. That is very interesting. Question is why? Let's try again. Is that your... Yeah. There you go. Not a lot of things are happening. And you kind of stayed at 6K followers for a while. Did you remove here followers, spam followers? Because sometimes that could be. Okay. Something happened here. That's the question. What happened here? Yeah, but it seems like you just need some breakout videos. We're taking a look at the account health still here. 4,000. I'll just do the fast run. Okay, interesting. We'll talk about this in a second. Okay. There you have 10K views. May, March. Okay. How often do you post? Seems like you don't post enough, which is kind of a sad thing because the content is good. Okay, account health, I think it could still be something wrong, but I think it's an 8 out of 10. Because just based on a first look, it looks like the algorithm is on your side. Okay. Content audience fit. It's about traveling, but the thing is, traveling. There's so many travelers, so we need either personality or we need something special extra for it. Depends obviously on your audience. No, I already took a look at this. Let's take a look down there. The monkeys. Okay, so this is like a shareable thing. Kind of a viral thing. I don't think it helps you in your content strategy. I don't think those 20K views help you at any point. They could even confuse the algorithm a little bit. So I would refrain from creating these sort of, unless it's part of your strategy, and could be. I'm not sure exactly yet in terms of what's your target audience, what's your goals, stuff like this. But I'm not sure if it actually is part of your strategy. This one has 10K views. Okay. Showing something. This one has 15K views. Okay. Interesting. Just take a look at one more random one.
There is one thing I learned this year. In a world fixated on showing off possessions, I'm trying to be busy gathering stories.
Cool. Cool video.
Not the possessions that make life truly rich.
Cool videos. Make more of them. Okay. Content strategy, content audience fit. If you have a similar content like this, don't just look at the reach that you get, because this one had more reach. It's also pretty good. One thing I have to say a lot about these travel accounts, sometimes they look a little too professional, and we're missing the kind of being with you vibe, if you know what I mean. For example, this one. It's cool, I like it. And there's this long shot. This one. A long drone shot. I think drone shots kind of are on their way out if used the wrong way, because everybody has the drone nowadays. And this took a little too long. It looks very professional, so it kind of took the immersion out for me. But yeah, the content audience fit, I would say 7 out of 10. Production quality, I would say 7 out of 10. Content quality, it's a little over the place, but generally speaking, pretty good. Cool content. Content quality, I would say 7 out of 10. Maybe even 8 out of 10, to be honest. Might be a little too high, even in some forms that I said. These hooks, let's talk about hooks. Cool. I was actually just flying above Istanbul a few days ago, but it was cloudy. Okay. Okay, this hook is, for example, not really for a broad audience, because you take the ferry in Istanbul. You know, why should I take the ferry? Is it something special? Is it not? I have no idea, if you know what I mean. Let's take a look at the bottom performing ones. Kind of cool, but took a little bit too long to kind of get into it. Yeah, very cool, but okay. Yeah, hooks, I would say 6 out of 10. Because we might need a little more. Just a little more. I need to be triggered a little more. And the overall content strategy, in my opinion, is a 6 out of 10. And here's what's up. We forgot something there, which is the consistency, which is very important. Which is, in my opinion, here, consistency, you have a 3 out of 10. Because you don't post a lot. If you post way more for 2 months, you also follow a lot of people. I would unfollow a lot and also delete more spam followers. But if you post way more for 2 months, good content. Because some of the content is pretty good. This is kind of a hard hook. I understand what you're trying to say, but it's just too much for the brain. You need to have a different first frame. But if you post for 2 to 3 months consistently good content and you still don't reach more people, just create a new account. Delete, take this away, wait a while, and create a new account. But it should be possible. 8 out of 10, 80%, it's possible. And I didn't check the chat box. I even forgot your name. Oh, how to pronounce your name? Beste? Yes, cool. Okay. Anyway, pretty cool content still. And I agree. You need to post more. I already said all of these things, so you know what to do. Awesome. Greetings to Istanbul. When do you come to Austria, by the way? I already forgot. I already asked that, right? Okay, let's answer some questions, and then I'll let you out to do this whole thing yourself for your content. Yeah. Pathetic, do you use your video for thumb or make picture for it? Here's what's up. My thumbnails, I took 3 pictures 2 years ago, and now I just always use these pictures. I feel like I have 2 pictures, maximum 3, that I always use for thumbnails. I broke the illusion, in case you didn't notice. But yeah, talking about working smart. Maybe it's not the smart way, but yeah. What about highlighted stories group names? Are they fine? You mean for her? Let's go back really quickly. It's a good question. I think they're not. I think the highlights are also not the best. And I kind of meant the whole thing with profile optimization. You're right. Maybe we should make a 5 out of this, to be honest. Oops. Because that doesn't want to make me click. I wanted something like that. It's such a cool shot, if you ask me. And I mean, the names are okay. Hotels, okay. You could say bad hotels or good hotels or worst experience or shocking revelation. You know what I mean? You always want to. Also, these kind of need to have some micro hooks in them. But yeah, good question. Far East Shake, can we purchase one of these profile audits like you did? Actually, no, you can't. You used to be able to book an hour of my time. Kind of sounds weird now that I say it out loud. But we have like a long waiting list, and I haven't opened this in a long time. So this is where I used to do it. If you join me in the program, in the cohort now, and also in the one-on-one program, obviously that's going to happen. First of all, daily with my, through my team, but also every once in a while through me. But yeah, that's it. And in the mastermind sessions that are essentially happening every week, unless it's the summer. During the summer, we have it usually every 2 weeks. But yeah. Benson, do you think having multiple accounts affects other accounts from growing? Yes and no. Again, it's like the answer to every question regarding social media, especially Instagram. If you have multiple of the same accounts, especially if you have one account that has a meta verified, and then you have another account with the same name with essentially the same content, it definitely affects it, even if you don't have meta verified a lot of the times, because Instagram just doesn't like duplicate content. They don't like you to have multiple profiles. But if it serves different audiences, if it serves something totally different, totally fine to have 2 accounts. Mozilla even talked about this the other day as well. Should we use our video frame for Instagram Reels some or make a thumb image for it? Depends how you can make it work. For example, Like I like, because it's still open, I like this, the way it looks. You just need to think, if we think about covers, we need to think somebody comes to our profile and we need to want to optimize and extend their session time on the profile. We want them to scroll down and click on some other things. So you need to know your audience. What do they come for? You know, do they come for monkeys? For example, you always get me if you have a monkey in your profile, but that's just me. So you could, you know, for example, some pictures like these, they are hooks in and itself. This one too looks amazing, you know. So I'm like, I want to know rice terrace. I want to see it or not. But sometimes you want to take a screenshot or you want to create a picture, a dedicated picture, and then write something in there just to make people aware of what they click on. Usually, the way to create a content strategy is to create different content pillars. We talked about this here on this channel a little bit. And then usually, let's say you have 5 pillars that you post every time. People watch this video from pillar A, where you climb a mountain, for example. And then they instantly, I just saw this. I want to see her climb another mountain right here, you know. So you want to help this. And it depends. It totally depends how you get to this goal. You can do it by using pictures, but you can also do it by creating pictures and editing it and stuff like this. Right. Beth says they come for bikini pics. Well, that could also be, then in that case, you know, you need to just put way more in it, I guess. Yeah. But it's about knowing your audience. That's the most important thing. Okay, cool. Now, time for... Oh, man. I'm not going to finish that. Time for a few more answers and questions. And that's it then. Yeah. Your Fun asks a very good question. I received 20,000 followers through an art meme video I did for fun. When posting my actual art, they simply don't see it and started to leave already. Does this harm the algorithm? Could be, if it has nothing to do with your strategy, with your content. But don't just look at all of these things. Never look at them short term. Never look at them and after posting once, say, it didn't work. Something is messed up. We need to have the big picture in mind. And we can only have the big picture in mind if we post consistently. So, could be or could not. If it still has something to do with your audience, with your content, and there's so many people coming over and the followers, if they don't like your own art, you actually want them to unfollow you again, you know. Amazing Sports, what are you drinking? I found some water in a bottle. It's been lying in the ocean floor for a while, and it's very dirty. How can I make people binge watch content? Actually, I think my latest video talked about this a little bit. Multiple ways. First of all, just naturally creating content pillars and building your content strategy in a sort of predictable way. That's the first thing that happens naturally, but also then create sort of seriouses. You know, and watch my latest video. I talk about this a little bit. A lot of times you want to have hooks and micro hooks also towards the end of the video to kind of make him wonder, oh, there'll be another video coming soon, or you already have another video coming soon. Then they go to your profile, and then you have to have your covers down to make this kind of people be aware of this. Joshua K says, OMG, hey, Big D. Okay. Heard that definitely a few times before. Okay. You're fun. Thanks for taking time for all of the questions. Have a nice evening. You too. You too. Thanks a lot. Eteno, does removing content affect views? Yes. But also in a positive way. If you remove bad content and bad performing content, does help too. Sometimes. So yeah. So let's say you're thinking about creating a new account and you had a lot of different videos before. Just archive or remove videos or content that you did way before and then just start posting. Helps a lot. I can actually watch the comments right here now. Well, the comments are not there anymore. Because only now I see Piper. Thank you so much, Dominic. I'm even more stoked to be posting on my platforms. Awesome. Comment was probably a long time ago. What will be the future of Instagram? That's a very good question from Anita. I think Instagram is still the best platform right now, especially to, I was just, whatever. I think Instagram is still the best platform to get an actual audience that's invested in you, that actually comes to you for content, and that also makes it possible for you to monetize, So I would say Instagram is very, very good, and it's here to last for sure. If you remember, usually the two platforms were the same. The three platforms, now it's 4 or 5, were pretty much the same. Now it seems like after a few years, we can definitely see that people's audiences on Instagram they are just way, way better and way more close to them. So yeah, I think Instagram is here to last. And I think Instagram is, in one particular way, the best platform for also short form video. It's not YouTube Shorts, I have to say. I was predicting that. I was wrong. I was like, once YouTube Shorts YouTube figures it out, it'll be game over for everybody. Not anymore. I actually think YouTube Shorts is the weakest of them all. Why? Obviously, because they have the long form anyway. Damien Drizzle. Okay, but why woman? When they show naked body, they have more followers and they don't need any content and they always on the top. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the Instagram algorithm, my friend. If you watch a lot of women on a naked body, you will see more of them. So I know what you watch now. There are certain people who might not be into woman with naked body, and they will not see that. They might see somebody else with a naked body, or something totally different, or marine biology. With a new high Kopfkino. Oh, that's German. With a new focus on views, would you still recommend fast-paced editing? I wouldn't necessarily recommend fast-paced editing anyway. I don't recommend this at all anymore. I recommend intentionally paced editing. So like the Mr. Beast style is done. Also for short form. Needs to be intentional. Also sort of longer, slower paced editing works well too, but it really depends on your audience. But yeah. Oh, now the chat just thank you. I can bring dessert from Istanbul to Vienna if you live there. Yeah, I did. Actually, I only live there a few months out of the year. When I forgot when you will be here. I will only be here for 2 more months, and then we'll be back in Dubai. But here's what's up: you're a traveler. We're gonna have some sort of tour, some in Dubai, for example. Good content to be made in Dubai or London. Maybe we'll do an event in Vienna as well. I don't think so, but who knows? Then I'd love to take a dessert. Mid-December, I'm for sure in Dubai. I can tell you that for sure. What's your course in your bio about? My course actually not really a course. My course is more like a transformational journey type of thing, and there's multiple ways. The one thing is the cohort 5. We do it usually twice a year, sometimes 3 times, but this year was just twice a year. And it's basically an 8 weeks program where we go together through the whole process of creating a content strategy from 0 to 100. And we do it together in a group of 30 people, not more. And we'll take you hands-on. We'll have a lot of not just the theory part, but we'll also especially do the whole implementation. This is why you have to apply to be part of it, because I don't want to have a lot of people in there who don't implement things. And me and my team will be there to guide you through the implementation. So we'll show you exactly what to do in your situation. And then we'll get you up in this thing. We've had amazing results in previous cohorts. We had, some accounts reach 800,000 followers over the course of it. Obviously, that's not a benchmark. Obviously, just followers, nobody cares about followers, but you get what I mean. And this cohort is actually starting on Sunday. So if you want to join, I don't know if there's still spots available, because I know on this type form somewhere somewhere on top of the chat box, you can right now fill out your information, and Florian, my community manager, who might still be here, will call you instantly if he has time. Maybe he's just, full with calls. And then you could join maybe for the kickoff on this Sunday. Here's the thing, though. Even like this cohort 5 will be 8 weeks, but even afterwards, you will get lifetime access to, my mastermind sessions, which are similar to those today. You'll get lifetime access. They're similar. I will be seeing you, and we'll have an actual conversation for them. And the other course that is even less of a course is actually my one-on-one creator mentorship program, where we work with you one-on-one, basically. You'll get my WhatsApp number, essentially, and, you'll work with a coach, and we'll do a lot of things for you, like the research and the building the content strategy and building the content pillars. That's what we do actually for you. Okay, that's it. By the way, no black file, no course anymore. I'm thinking about maybe we'll have another one. My goal is to actually provide something very valuable, which right now, these 2 things actually offer. We'll see. Maybe there'll be something coming up, in the next 5-6 months. We'll see. Don Becker, hello, my old friend. I remember you. What are your trend predictions for 2025? Way too early to tell, because things happen so fast. If you asked me 2 months ago what will be right now, it's already, I'm not making predictions right now. But generally, intentional long form is what seals the deal. Long form. 45-second plus videos. Bumbly Bobtail, what was the black file? That was my first signature course, self-paced course, where I showed people how to grow on Instagram. We've actually had also a lot of amazing clients, a lot of amazing students. But as of right now, it's also closed. You can't enroll. I don't want to. I feel like courses were, they're just self-paced courses. I'm not sure if they are actually giving the value. This is why right now I don't offer them. Maybe there will be a way to kind of fix that. We'll see. Okay, let's stay for 5 more minutes. Yeah. I'm answering comments, chat questions, by the way, just so you know. Ginger K, helping you grow. Helping you grow. Then you should tell me the answer of the question. If I start posting 5 times a week, will I see result? At the moment, I'm losing followers. Well, again, if you post 5 times a week, but the bad stuff, obviously you're going to lose followers. Or if any of the things that we talked about today, are wrong, then yeah. Okay. Why does Instagram keep banning accounts for no reason? Yeah, it's some crazy thing. By the way, I still need to answer one of the clients that something happened to. Sometimes Instagram just bans people or fact checks people out of no reason, to be honest. Yeah. What is the best way to analyze your data yourself? Well, create a spreadsheet. That's the best way. Create a spreadsheet, put this in, put your pillars in, and then take a look at them and just see what works best or not. Second best thing is just to hop into Instagram. Yeah. Harrison says, are anti-hooks better than traditional hooks? Well, yeah. Generally, yeah, but always depends. Anti-hooks being basically hooks that are under the radar. But I would say traditional hooks, there's a new form of traditional hooks too that work really well. It's just different. How much experience do you have with Instagram? Well, I can tell you for sure, people don't call me the Instagram grandfather for no reason. Again, it's insulting to me if you say that. But I've actually been working with particularly Instagram for, I don't even know, 7 years. So I've seen the whole social media landscape change 100 times over again, to the point where now we're slowly starting to get full circle. It's very similar to the point where I started from certain strategies. Yeah, and I used to have an agency. Excuse me. I used to have an agency working with corporate clients. Now I have another new agency also working with some very hand-picked corporate clients, and partners, and also working with, at this point, hundreds of creators hands-on their mostly Instagram strategy, by the way, not just. We've had some people blow up on TikTok and YouTube Shorts as well, obviously. So yeah, I do have a lot of experience with this. It's basically the only thing I do day in and day out. What's the best 3 analytics to look out for? It's the average watch time. If you compare it to the length of the video, it's the non-follower reach, how many percent non-followers you reach, and what else? Unfortunately, the retention graphs are gone, so it seems like they're not important. And just overall, your engagement rate, but also something that you can't really measure is the depth of the comments. So if you just get a bunch of emoji comments, or if you actually get a bunch of people basically having a conversation. Can you make a decent life with IG earning? Yes, a very decent life. Noah, is that a Gretsch guitar in the background? No, this one's not, but I have a bunch of different guitars. Used to be a musician, not anymore, because I don't have time because of you guys. But yeah. Okay, everybody. Again, you can still, if you want, join the cohort. I don't know actually if you can again, but you can have a call with Florian. In any case, doesn't matter. We'll see each other in a few days here with some new content. Also, yeah, let me know if we should make more of these live sessions. And maybe we will. Maybe once a month or something like that. We should do it. Maybe even some different ones. Just let me know. In any case, thanks a lot for being here. My voice is done. I've been talking for, I don't even know, 14 hours today. I'll see you next week. Some people I'll see on Sunday. For example, Vanessa. Yeah. And have a good one. Thank you very much. Goodbye. See you soon. I really appreciate that you're here, by the way. Really.